Yes, my people, we are coming live this morning from Southeast Asia, Malaysia to be precise. Wherever you are in Africa, you are here in Malaysia or Asia, you are in America, wherever you are, welcome to tonight's live stream or this morning's live stream. There are many things to discuss. That is why I'm back here again this morning. I told you I'll be coming your way anytime I have the opportunity. So stay glued, stay tuned. A lot of things we are going to be discussing today. Yes, regarding Chelsea, our team, our squad, as fans, we are going to be discussing about our team tonight. Wherever you are, it depends on where you are. And we'll also be delving a little into other teams and other squads, what they have been up to, because the season has started. And we must take a closer look at what we have currently as our squad. I'll be focusing my attention on few things. First thing, when Pochettino became a manager or Chelsea manager, I personally expected setbacks because it is a team that finished 12th last season. Now the squad is full of new signings that are inexperienced. The squad is full of new signings that are full of inexperience. Okay? Previous managers have inherited squads. Previous managers inherited squads with winners and leaders in them. But Poch came in and started afresh. New managers new players that are inexperienced. The whole Chelsea squad now, about 70 to 80% inexperienced. Pochettino came in and inherited a squad that is not that matured. Previous managers, they inherited squad full of experienced players, matured players. So when Pochettino was appointed, or when he started working from last month or last 2 months, I knew that there would surely be setbacks. There were setbacks. I knew that there would surely be setbacks. This match that we watched or we witnessed on Sunday against West Ham is one of those setbacks that we should be expecting even as Chelsea fans. We should know that in football, experience counts a lot. For instance, the penalty given away by Casado, you can say it's lack of experience. You can say it's, fear or panic. He wasn't composed for that very moment. Anything. But previous managers of Chelsea, most of them, they inherited an experienced squad built by someone. And so they were able to carry on immediately and to ginger the players, to motivate them anyway, and they were able to exhibit that tactical ability that the coach instilled on them instantly. In this case, Pochettino and his squad, they are inexperienced. Young players, 19 years, 18 years, 20 years, 21. Only 1, 2, 3 that we can say are maybe above 25. Just about 3 or 4 players that are above 25 years of age. The rest are all below 25. So we should be expecting setbacks. We should be expecting what? Setbacks. As expected, personally, I was disappointed last Sunday. But on the second thought, I want us to review that match carefully. I want us to remember that this squad is full of inexperienced players. It is very important when we are trying to analyze the game of Chelsea and West Ham, or even Liverpool. We will need to understand that the squad is full of inexperienced players, and it will take time for the squad to blend. It will take time for the squad to begin to work together. It will take time for the young players to begin to understand the tactics, the formation, what the coach really wants them to be doing. It will take time because they lack experience. For instance, Romeo Lavia, who just was bought. Romeo Lavia, he's 19 years. He had only one season in the Premier League. Only one season. Casaido, how many full seasons does he have in the Premier League? One full season in the Premier League. And these are the kind of players that we bought. So even if we expect them to hit the ground running, we also should be waiting or have patience for them. Don't worry, you can do that. You can walk around. You can walk around, Timothy. You can do whatever you want to do, okay? Sorry, I was talking to my boy around. Timothy, you can do anything. You can walk around, don't worry. So we should be expecting the squad to grow, to develop. We cannot think that the squad should just hit the ground running and there will not be any mistake or errors. We are human, and the squad is a young squad. They need time. So we'll be delving more into the squad issue. For me, it's a wake-up call. Now that we're about to bounce back, we should be able to remember that the squad is a young squad. We'll come back to that. Number 2 issue, we'll be talking about our goalkeeping department. Our goalkeeping department. This night, wherever you are, I want you to note it down. Our goalkeeping department. Yeah. Robert Sanchez on Instagram posted something. He said it was a frustrating afternoon. All about sticking together and focusing on Friday now. That is what our goalkeeper has said. So it was all for a frustrating afternoon. Right now, they need to stick together and work towards Friday night. Friday. Frustrating afternoon. All about sticking together and focusing on Friday. This is what our goalkeeper, Robert Sanchez, has been saying. Now, we as the fans, some of us are beginning to get on his nerves. We don't trust him because he has never worked with us before. We know that even at Brighton, he was not the first choice. He was not the number 1 for Brighton. But he is the one that we went in for as a Chelsea Football Club. As a Chelsea Football Club. As we speak currently, we are working in the market to get a backup keeper for him. A backup keeper. So we'll be delving into this issue also. The news that is coming up is that George Petrovic from a US MLS is the one that Chelsea are working on right now. George Petrovic is the one that Chelsea are working on right now. If Chelsea are working on that right now, okay, we shall delve into that. We shall be delving into that. Yes. Then the next thing we are going to be discussing is the striking department. Striking department. Should Chelsea sign another new striker? Should Chelsea sign another new striker? It's a question I'm asking you. I want to hear from you. Comment on our video. Send us your comments. Send us your comments. Should Chelsea sign another new striker? There are some names that are coming up, like Arsenal striker Folarin Balogun. Should Chelsea sign another striker like Folarin Balogun from Arsenal, who is on loan currently in France? Or should Chelsea just go in for Lukaku? Please send me your comments. I want to read from you. I want to hear from you. Should we just go back in and get Lukaku? Looking at the game we played on Sunday, don't you think that a game like that needed a player like Lukaku? Experience. Jackson has done very well in that game. Jackson comes in to help the midfield. He has been running everywhere on the pitch. But don't you think that we need a poacher? Jackson is not a typical poacher of a goal. He likes to work out the ball, strike from wherever. Don't you think that we Chelsea need a poacher of goals? That is someone who can, in the physiques of Lukaku, strength, powerful. Think about that. We'll be delving into all these things very soon. Armando Broja is also our striker, but he's injured. Now, the news is that Armando Broja is nearing a return to fitness. Do you think we can rely on Armando Broja alone to support Jackson? Will it be of a good cause? Can these two deliver for us this season? The Champions League position that we said we won this season, can these two players, can they deliver for us? Armando Broja is nearing what? Full fitness. Then I also want to state that Other clubs and other news, we'll also be delving into that. I need you to stay tuned. One particular issue that I would like us to talk about is Mason Greenwood of Arsenal. Mason Greenwood of Arsenal. The breaking news there is that his contract with Manchester United, Mason Greenwood, Manchester United. His contract with Manchester United has been terminated. His contract with Manchester United has been terminated. What a sad story to hear. Even though the coach is willing to reintegrate him into the squad. But the news we are receiving is that his contract with Manchester United has been terminated. Please like the video. Subscribe to the channel if you have not yet subscribed. Share the video. Share it. Please. Share the video. Please. Share the video. My technical department, today I'm going to be mentioning their names because they are all hiding from me. Michaela and Timothy, please come here. See. Okay. I need you people to be attentive to what is happening here, please. You can stay around. I need you to be attentive to whatever is happening here because I'll be needing your help. Comment on the video. Share. 30 more. As much as you can. All right. Thank you. I want you guys to be around so that I'll be communicating because you guys need to be helping me to arrange some things. Okay. So, Mason Greenwood, his agreement with Manchester United has been cancelled. As we speak, he has no agreement with Manchester United, even though the coach really wanted him to be part of the squad. But the pressure from the fans, Most of our Chelsea players have been speaking. One was Chukwuemeka on Instagram. He said, "From joy to pain within minutes. My first goal for Chelsea, a moment I have prayed so hard for, and dreamt of since I was a kid. Minor setback, but I will be back stronger than ever. Thank you, Chelsea fans, for your love and support. See you soon." That is the statement on Chukwuemeka's Instagram page. Let me take that again. From joy to pain within minutes. My first goal for Chelsea, a moment I have prayed so hard for and dreamt of since I was a kid. Minor setback, but I'll be back stronger than ever. Thank you, Chelsea fans, for your love and support. See you soon. This is the statement issued by Chukwuemeka. You know, he got the injury few moments after scoring that goal. It was a sad story. It is a sad story. And he says that this is what he has been praying for, but it is a minor setback. It happens in life. It happens a lot in life. And so we don't need to be worried. He said he'll be back. It's a minor setback. According to the statement, he is taken as a minor setback. So we need to support him in prayer. This guy is another great thing to happen to Chelsea. Chukwuemeka. He is another great thing to happen to Chelsea. Quickly, we will be going straight into the issues at stake. Please share the video. Click on the like button. Comment on our videos. If you have not yet subscribed, subscribe. And let your friends know that something good is happening here. We are discussing about Chelsea and the Premier League and other matters. The next 2 hours, Chelsea and the Premier League and other matters. Please, I want to see your comments. I want to see you share the video. I want to see you like the videos. Please. And if you have not yet subscribed or on your notification button, please on your notification button. It is very important for us. Tonight, I am with you. Wherever you are in America watching me, I know you are in the night. You are in Africa, it's in the night. In Asia, it's daytime, like we are here right now. So pardon me if I use the word night or afternoon or morning. It depends on where you are watching from. So we are starting and we are going straight into the matters that I raised earlier on. And to let you understand or to know, first of all, I made it very clear. It's a breaking news. Mason Greenwood will no longer play for Manchester United. United and Greenwood have mutually agreed that his future will be away from Manchester United following the conclusion of the club's internal investigation. It is a sad moment, a sad news for me to hear. But this chap, he still have a life ahead of him and he will still have to move on. The court of law found him not guilty, but the court of men, court of supporters, court of fans found him guilty. The court of law of the land of England found him not guilty, but the court of the fans found him guilty. So it is. And he needs to move on and find a new club that he'll be accepted just the way he is. That is it. We go straight away into the first issue of the day about our coach. It is my breakfast, my coffee. I'm sorry about that, wherever you are. I want to make it lively. Grab your own drink also. Grab your coffee or your tea or whatever. And let's have a talk. Let's have a talk tonight or this morning or this afternoon, wherever you are. Pochettino became a manager, yes, in Chelsea. And it was expected that he would hit the ground running. We all expect him to hit the ground running. But there's something I want us to talk about tonight, which is the squad that he inherited. Depleted squad. A squad that was full of ego. Squad that could not achieve much under the last two managers, Graham Potter and Frank Lampard. The squad that was full of grumbling and murmuring. A squad that could not train the way they're supposed to be training. A squad that could not deliver as we Chelsea fans we expected. A squad that are full of themselves and are not willing to fight for the badge. Now, this season, we decided to let go more than half of that squad. As we speak, we have already sold out about 12 or 13, and 7 or 8 more are yet to go. 7 or 8 more are yet to go. That means that we are welcoming a new squad, new members. And right now, we brought in 8 new players. 8 new players, and they are all below the age of 25. They are all young people. 18, 19, 20, 21. 18, 19, 20, 21. 18, 19, 20, 21. That is the average age of the squad right now. Young and talented. Chelsea squad, they are very young and very talented. What do we expect from that young and talented squad right now? Are we expecting them to hit the ground running? Some of them have no Premier League experience. 1 or 2 that have the Premier League experience, they only had that experience for 1 year. They've not played in the league for 3-4 years that you can say, okay, they have experienced the league for 3-4-5 years. Romeo Lavia, only 1 season in the Premier League. Casaido, only 1 season, that 1 full season in the Premier League. What do we expect of this squad? Young and talented squad. The match against Liverpool, we watch it. How they started it, but they ended it up strong. It is normal about every young person. When you start something, you are not sure how it's going to work out. You take your time to build your confidence. And so the match against Liverpool, they took their time and built confidence, and they were able to lift up the game. In the second half, we all saw how the game turned out to be. We saw it in the second half. Now, we were expecting that the squad or the team is going to build on that 1-1 game with Liverpool. All of us, our expectations are that since they're able to lift up the game in that second half, then it means that we even thought that match was supposed to be won by Chelsea. We felt strongly that Chelsea is supposed to win that match. And so we are expecting that the match against West Ham will be a different thing altogether. But let me point out that it's not as if Chelsea overplayed against Liverpool in that second half. Rather, it only exposed the weaknesses in Liverpool. Chelsea's display against Liverpool just only exposed the weaknesses in the Liverpool squad. The Liverpool squad that have the front three that are so dangerous We agree. But their midfield was weak. Liverpool's midfield was weak. And so the supply was not going through to the attackers, the frontliners. Because their midfield was weak, they were more mindful of their back as well. They know how dangerous these young guys from Chelsea are. And so they were mindful about their back. Even though they want to attack, they are still mindful of their attack. And so playing against Liverpool and for us to gain that draw, or for we to think that our team had done so well and we were expecting them to do better against West Ham, it's never true. Rather, what happened was that the match against Liverpool rather exposed the weaknesses in the Liverpool squad. It exposed the weaknesses in Liverpool's squad. And that is why they took measures immediately to act. They tried to take measures to act immediately on that their midfield. So it's not as if Chelsea overplayed Liverpool or we did extraordinary well against Liverpool. It is from that match that we had the courage to expect more in the West Ham game. Chelsea fans, I want to listen carefully. We need to limit our expectation. It is better we allow the coach to do the job gradually, build a team gradually, like he said, than we placing too much expectation on the squad. Otherwise, we will start criticizing the squad too early. Before you realize, we will start bringing the same players down. Don't forget, these days, the players, they listen to news. These days, they are always on the social media. Like we have been reading some of their news on the social media. Instagram, Facebook, they are there. Sometimes our words can bring them down. Twitter or X, they are there on the social media. We need to be very careful what to expect in this season. It is a young squad. Our average age in this squad is 23. Only about 3 or 4 players that are above 23 years old. The rest are all below 23. It is a young squad. The coach made it very clear. You know, I blame the coach somehow also. Pochettino, I blame him somehow. Because sometimes he tried to motivate the fan base by saying things like, oh, our vision, our dream is to be in the top 4. We want to be in the top 4. A Chelsea is a team that if you don't win, if you don't have the mentality to win, then you don't have to be here in the squad. Yes, that is Chelsea. But sometimes some of these words will make the fans to think that right from the word go, we need to hit the ground running. And this young squad, they'll be under pressure. Listen to me. Look at a player like Asaido. Look at the price tag. 150 million pounds. He is under pressure. The price tag alone gives them pressure. The expectation of people around him, the expectation of the fans, sometimes can make you to make mistakes, can cause you to make serious mistakes. That is why that 20 minutes that he came in, that 20-25 minutes, full of mistakes. He knew himself. He knows that the weight expectation of people on him is very high. In trying to impress, you end up making mistake. It's better we allow the squad to flourish, to flow. If we allow a player like Asaido time, he'll flow and he'll dominate games. He'll flow and he'll take over that midfield, that defensive midfield. In partnership with Enzo, what we saw in first half against West Ham, what Enzo played, there is no player in the Premier League currently in that position that is better than Enzo. There is no player in the Premier League currently that can play better than Enzo in that position. But Enzo needs partners. He needs people in that midfield. And one of them is who? Casado. Casado now with the price tag, he's coming under what? Pressure. Casado need time. Please send us your comment. Continue to comment on the video. Like the video and share the video. Today we want to have at least 20 live views for the 2 hours that we are about to spend. Now we have already spent almost about 20 minutes. Continue to share the video, like the video, send us your comment. Let me know where you are watching from. I want to know your opinion about the performance of the squad on Wednesday, on Sunday's game with West Ham. What your expectations are. And let us remember this very carefully. The last squad that was depleted, or that we sold most of them, they ended the league on the 12th position. Chelsea squad last season, we ended the league on the 12th position. And that squad was full of experienced players. Players that have won it all. They won Champions League. They won the Premier League under many coaches, experienced coaches. Yet, after winning the Premier League a year before, they ended up winning taking the 12th position in the league last season. These were experienced players, mature players. Yet, they could not achieve what we expect them to achieve last season. Now that we have a young squad, young players that are talented, don't you think that we need time? Don't you think, as a Chelsea fan, don't you think that this young squad need time to develop and to grow into the match? Look, the previous squad, let me say it again, they were full of winners and leaders. Not just winners, but they were also full of leaders. A lot of characters. Leaders were in that squad. In this team currently, how many players can we point out as leaders? How many of them? How many players can we point out? Thiago Silva, yes. Who else? David Silva. Thiago Silva, James Reese, or Reese James, Raheem Sterling. Yes. Ben Chilwell, Levi Colwill. Who else can you point out in that squad that can stand in as a leader? Who else? Take away Reese James. Take away Thiago Silva. Take away Ben Chilwell, assistant captain, who has taken over now. Who else can you point out in that squad as a leader? We have limitations in that squad right now as we speak. There are limitations in that squad. The squad needs time to grow and to develop. The squad needs time to begin to implement what is being practiced at the training ground. The match against West Ham, we could have won that match if only Enzo was able to score that penalty. Even that there was no guarantee, West Ham could have come back stronger. If Chelsea had scored that penalty, West Ham could have come back stronger. It wasn't a guarantee that once we scored that game or that penalty, Chelsea was going straight away to win the match. That would have motivated the players to play more. Actually, it serves as motivation. But it can also serve as a motivation to the opposition, to the opposite team. Because there are some teams that are very good in comeback. There are some squads that once you score them, that is when they will not come out at you. So it is not 100% guarantee that if Chelsea has scored that penalty, would have gone ahead to win the match. It's not so. You can argue it out that could have served us better because you could see, even after missing the penalty, some of the few players try to still prove. A player like Raheem Sterling, he was still in the game. He was still in the game. For me, Raheem Sterling should be the player of the match in the Chelsea team. He did very well, more than what people have been expecting him to do. People criticize him so much in that team. From pre-season, I could see that Raheem Sterling was growing and growing and growing into the team, into the tactics and the formation of this current coach. And I've been saying it every time I have the opportunity. But people will always criticize him because they are still seeing him like a player that was part of the previous team. I was seeing something different in Raheem Sterling throughout the preseason. If you go back and you watch most of my videos, there was one video I said Sterling was Sterling today. I think it was the game against Dortmund. Our game against Dortmund. I made it very clear that Sterling was very Sterling today. I said it, that Sterling was very Sterling today. Because I could see glimpse of what Sterling used to be when he was in Manchester City against, in a Pep Guardiola's team. And we all saw what happened on Sunday. He can still do better. He's still improving. He's still, getting his confidence back. And if we can get Sterling, rather Sterling back with full confidence, we should be expecting more penalties. He'll be giving us a lot of penalties and free kicks in that area. So with the team and the squad we have currently, we need to understand it's full of young and talented players. They need time to grow. Young and talented players that need time to grow. Now I want us to move to our departments. One of the departments that needs strengthening is the goalkeeping department. One of the departments that needs strengthening is the goalkeeping department. Goalkeeping, and I believe every Chelsea member, every Chelsea fan will agree with me. Every Chelsea fan will agree with me that one of the departments that needs strengthening is where? The goalkeeping department. Robert Sanchez on Instagram posted a message. He said, frustrating afternoon. All about sticking together and focusing on Friday now. He admitted that the afternoon was very frustrating for them. He admitted it. But he's encouraging us. He's encouraging himself and the rest of the squad that they need to refocus on next Friday. Remember, Chelsea's game against Luton is on Friday night football. It is a Friday night football. And he's encouraging the squad to now refocus on Friday. But are we comfortable having Robert Sanchez as number one? Chelsea fans, I want to hear from you. Please send me your comments and tell me where you are watching from. Like the video and share the video. Chelsea fans, are we comfortable having Sanchez from what we have seen so far in the two games against Liverpool and West Ham? Are we comfortable having Sanchez as our number one goalkeeper? Who do you think can we go in for now? Remember, we cannot spend 60, 70 million right now on a goalkeeper. There's a reason why, and I'll come to that reason. One of the reasons being that we need to strengthen some other departments as well as we speak. We strengthen the midfield. There are some other departments that needed to be strengthened as well. We cannot spend 60, 70 million, 50 million, even 40 million on a goalkeeper right now in this season. Who do you think that Chelsea should be going in for right now? Because we cannot trust Sanchez, most of us. Even if we can trust him to be number one, he needs a backup. Somebody that can bring competition to that department. Goalkeeping department is very important. The news we are having or we are receiving is that George Petrovic is set to sign a 7-year plus 1 deal with Chelsea. George Petrovic is set to sign a 7 years plus 1 deal with Chelsea. Who is George Petrovic? He is a goalkeeper in the MLS. I want to hear from people who plays in the MLS. I want to hear from people who have been following that game, the US league. You know him. What do you think about Georgi Petrovic? Is he a worthy hand that we can trust in the Premier League to be a backup to Sanchez, or even a player, a keeper that can take over the number one position? Georgi Petrovic. I want to hear from you. Can we trust him, George Petrovic? Is he a player we can trust? Is he a player we can trust fully for that position? Is he a goalkeeper that is worthy to be a Chelsea number 2 or number 1? Remember, our number 2 should equally be worthy of number 1 position. We are not just talking about number 2 position here. Chelsea goalkeeper, number 2 goalkeeper should be worthy of being the number 1 anytime, any moment, because anything can happen to your so-called number 1 goalkeeper. Anything at all can happen. So George Petrovic, is he a worthy hand? Is he a worthy hand that can be trusted for that number one position in case something happened to which we are not praying for, we are not hoping for? But it should be expected that in football, anything can happen. George Petrovic, is he a goalkeeper Chelsea can trust to become the number one in case of anything, or that can bring that competition to the goalkeeping department? I want to hear from you, Chelsea fans. I want to hear from you. Let us hear from you what you think about that goalkeeping department. George Petrovic, as we understand, Chelsea has made an offer of 7 years plus 1. 7 years plus 1. Are we going in for him? How good is he? If you have been following the US MLS, please let us know. Let us know. We want to know. We want to know. Now we want to go to our squad, depleted squad so far, injury list that we have. Chelsea squad right now, most of the players are injured. Number 1, Wesley Fofana. Number 2, Christopher Nkuku. Number 3, Benoit Badiashile. Number 4, Reece James. Number 5, Armando Broja. 6, Trevor Chalobah. Now, in addition, is Kane Chukwuemeka. 6 players. All these players here are supposed to be starters in the league. They're supposed to be part of the first 11. All these players here, all the 6 players or 7, all the 7 players here qualified to be starters in any game in Chelsea. But they are all injured. And what is it that every of our attackers, attacking midfielders in that number 10 row are getting injury? What is causing the injury? What is causing the injury in that position? I want to hear from you, Chelsea fans. Please send me your comment wherever you are. Continue to comment. I want to hear from you. What is it that is causing the injury? The injury situation we are having right now. Christopher Nkuku, just 1 week to start the league, he got injured. We replaced him with Kane Chukwuemeka as he began to get to his peak in the game after scoring a goal. Injury. That number 10 row, what is it? And currently, who else do you think as a Chelsea fan can replace Kane Chukwuemeka in that position? Personally, I think we don't have any. And that brings me to our next signing. Looking at the squad we have right now, our coach made it very clear that he doesn't want a large squad. He wants a squad between the range of 20 to 23 players in the squad, plus 1 or 2 few from the reserve or from the under 18. That is what he said. He doesn't want a large squad. He wants between 22 to 23 members in the senior squad. And so if we are to sign more players, it means we must sell more players or give out some of our players on loan. And right now, in that number 10 row, we need someone with experience in that number 10 row that can deliver pass, that can give assist, that can equally score. Who do you suggest Chelsea should go in for right now? That number 10 row, Nkuku is out, Chukwuemeka is out. Who can step into those shoes? That brings to mind the fact that we needed Michael Olise in that position before. But since Michael Olise deal could not come on, do you think Chelsea should just leave that position and be waiting for Chukwuemeka and Nkuku to come back? Or we need to sign a new player to fill that gap? And who should we be signing right now? Who now is in the market? Last night, the news we had is that Chelsea, for the last 20 days or so, never contacted Mohamed Kudus' team. There has not been any communication between Chelsea and Mohamed Kudus' team in the last 20 days. Most fans will agree with me that now, right now as we speak, the only player that is available in the market that Chelsea can easily walk in and get to fill that position that will work perfectly. There are only 2 or 3 players I mentioned of Rancheki and Mohamed Kudus. Ranchek and Mohamed Kudus. These 2 players are players that can come rightly into mind that you can think of that can fit that position of number 10 role, that can score goal and that can give assist. Rancheki and Mohamed Kudus. And if you ask me, I will tell you Mohamed Kudus. After all, I'm a Ghanaian. Let me be biased here. But we understand West Ham are going in for Kudus. They've been negotiating for the past how many days now? A week or so now. But the deal is not yet true. Personally, I believe that Chelsea is probably working things underground. I believe that Chelsea is working things underground. It is possible that Chelsea are waiting for West Ham to finally agree on, or Ajax to finally agree on terms with West Ham to deal with a better offer. We understand West Ham is not willing to pay the 51 million euros plus that Ajax is asking for. And if that is really the offer that Ajax wanted, and West Ham is not able to meet it, then Chelsea can step in. Or if West Ham is to meet, because if Chelsea is to step in right now, the price tag might change. It will become another war, bidding war, like how it happened with Casado. So Chelsea want to take their time to know exactly what is about to happen. Then they can step in. I believe strongly. That is why it looks as if the past 15, 20 days, there was no communication with Kudus camp. There might be, but it could be on the lower ground so that West Ham will not be aware until the final decision of West Ham is made. Look, the next week and a half that remain in the transfer market, the next, let's say 2 weeks that remain in the transfer market is going to be very, 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 very challenging for every club. For every club. If Chelsea is to achieve something in this season by getting to that top 4 position, then we must find a player that can support Nicholas Jackson in that attacking, in that striking role, that can deliver goals, that can equally give assists to Nicholas Jackson. That can give assists to Nicholas Jackson. And as we speak, that brings to mind Armando Broja. Armando Broja right now, can we trust him? Can we trust him to be our main number 1 striker if we are not able to sign a player that can support or that can give assist to Nicholas Jackson in the form of maybe Ryan Cherki or Mohamed Kudus? Can we trust Armando Broja to do the work or to be a backup to Nicholas Jackson? First of all, let's think about our squad that we have currently. I personally, it is time that I want to suggest this. It is time that Chelsea, our coach, Pochettino, I don't know, but it is time that we have to look at Lukaku's issue carefully. Romelu Lukaku. I know this will not go down with many of the fans. Many of the fans might not like this. But what do you think? I want to hear from you. Send me your comment. Chelsea fans, wherever you are, I want to hear from you. Amand right now, can we trust him? Or do you think that Chelsea should go in back for Romelu Lukaku? I personally, the guy, he's there. He's been training. He's at Cobham, our training ground. He's been training every day. And he's taking salary. He's taking wages, £315,000 every week. He is still on our wage bill. Lukaku is still on wage bill. What do you think? Don't you think that it's better our coach reintegrate him back and reinstate him into the squad? Looking at the game we play against West Ham, don't you think that we needed someone in the form of Lukaku? Don't you think so? I understand Nicholas Jackson does very well when he is not the number 9 striker, behind the striker. That means that 2 strikers. Assume we have Nicholas Jackson alongside Romelu Lukaku in that match against West Ham. What do you think would have happened? I believe that partnership would have been a very excellent partnership. Nicholas Jackson and Lukaku Or even there are certain games like West Ham game that a player like Lukaku is very much needed. His physique, his ability to poach a goal, behind defenders. We might not like him as a fan, as Chelsea fans, but don't forget, this guy can deliver a goal sometimes. He did it in Everton. Somehow, under Jose Mourinho in Manchester United, he delivered some goals. He went to Inter. They wouldn't like him to come back if he has not delivering for them, even though he was not their number one striker. But they still wanted him. Why? Because he still scores goals. He still scores goals. Recently, we heard that Real Madrid was even considering, taking him on. Tottenham was considering the same thing. He still scores goals. And so personally, and I want to hear from that Chelsea need to look at him again and see how we can get him back into the squad. The market right now is difficult. The market right now, it is difficult to get the right profile players. I understand the coach will say he wants the right profile players in the squad. Who are the right profile players you can get right now? Who are the right profile players you can get right now in that position? Who? Tell me. The one you want to go in for, the ones you said you want right now, is who? The right you want right now in that squad. Who do you think should come in? Is it the Arsenal player that they value at 50 million pounds? Arsenal now, they value that player, a player that is on loan in Arsenal. They value him at 50 million pounds. A player that they claim they don't want, a third, striker, third-tier striker behind Nketiah, Folarin Balogun. Folarin Balogun is a third behind Nketiah, and they value him at 50 million. Should Chelsea go in for the player? Can we trust him to deliver? A player, a striker that is behind Nketiah in the pecking of Arsenal. Can we trust that hand to deliver for us in the Premier League? From the records, he's doing quite well in Lens, also that he's playing currently in France. But that is a total different league. That is a total different league. It is a total different league. The French league is different from the Premier League. And so even if he's delivering in Lens or in France, it does not mean that he will still deliver in the Premier League. Don't forget, because he was not able to deliver as expected, that is why he was sent on loan. Balogun, 50 million pounds. Is it a player that Chelsea should be working on to get into the squad? I would say no. Instead of this player, Folarin, let's rather bring back our Lukaku. Chelsea fans, I know most of you will also agree with me. Chelsea fans, I know most of you will agree with me. Instead of going for 50 million Folarin that we cannot trust right now, because Arsenal could not trust him, that's why they sent him on loan. Let's bring back Lukaku. In fact, tag someone on your Twitter handle. Tag someone on your Instagram page. Tag someone on your Facebook. Tag someone even on this video. Let's bring back Lukaku. Chelsea fans, let's bring back Lukaku. Tag someone right now tonight. Share the video. Send me, in fact, type it there so you are hearing me. Put it there. Type it there. Let people hear it. Anybody that will see that video, let him see this message you are typing right now. Let's bring back Lukaku. Type it as many times you want to type. Even 1,000 times you can type it. Type it. Let's bring back Lukaku. Let's bring back. I can see 5 people online, and I want everybody to type it. Let's bring back Lukaku. Let it go viral. Instead of signing Selorm Balogun for 50 million, let's bring back Lukaku. I know most of you out there will agree with me. Let us not make a mistake. Like the saying go, the old saying go, the devil you know is better than the angel you do not know. Like the video, share the video, please, and send your comments. The devil you know is better than the angel you do not what? Know. Selorm Balogun might be a good striker in France, but might not be as good in the Premier League because Arsenal sent him on loan. He was their 3rd choice. Michaela, please get me coffee. Arsenal sent him on loan because he was their 3rd choice goalkeeper. He was their 3rd choice goalkeeper. Now we need a good striker. And personally, I would have thought, I would believe that it is better we get back Lukaku on the team sheet. He is a goal poacher. He can do it. Let's give him another chance. He's already on salary. He might not play every game. I'm not saying the coach should give him every opportunity to play every game. But there are some games that when he comes on alone, his presence can intimidate defenders. His presence in the team can intimidate defenders. Armando Broja is, in fact, he is a good striker. But we can now make our 3rd choice. We can, any time that there could be injuries along the line. Once in a while, he can play in the FA Cup, in the Carling Cup. He also have his turn to play. And now that he's injured, and I'm told from our news source, Armando Broja is nearing a return to fitness after his knee injury. He's stepping up his comeback by training hard behind closed doors. Right now, he's training hard behind closed doors, and he's to be sent to the under-21 soon to gain his fitness level back. But can we trust him? We need a goal poacher. Let's bring back Lukaku. Let that be the message. Let that be the message. Yes, let that be the message. Let's bring back Lukaku. Let's bring back Lukaku. I gave you the breaking news of Manchester United. Mason Greenwood will no longer play for Manchester United. United and Greenwood have mutually agreed that his future will be away from Manchester United following the conclusion of the club's internal investigation. I give you that news already. I know many fans will not be happy about it, but it's part of life. It's part of life. It's part of life. And Chelsea, we need to pray our players, our young players will not fall into some of these evil hands. It is very important that our players will not fall into some of these evil hands. You know, I've been speaking for almost 1 hour now, and my throat is getting dry. That is why I requested for a cup of coffee. So pardon me, even as I take my coffee. Like I said, grab yourself a drink. Please send your comments, like the video, and share the video. Send your comment, like the video, and share the video. Yes. Send your comment, like the video, and share the video. I want to hear from you, all Chelsea fans around the world. Send your comment, like the video, whilst we continue. Now to other news. To other news. To other news. Personally, I trust this squad. There isn't much to buy. We just need a winger in the form of number 10 and get to work. It's about getting the players to work better as a team. It's about getting the players to work together as a team. The principles of our game are already better than last season. That's for sure. All we need now as fans is to avoid toxicity and be patient with the squad. That is what we need right now. The squad having an inconsistent start after everything that happened in the window is very understandable. That is my conclusion on the squad right now. It's understandable for the squad to have inconsistencies right now. It's very understandable what is happening in the squad. But the squad need time, and we need leadership. We need leadership in that squad. Honestly. Kanechukwu Emeka has had a scan today. Initial fears of MCL injury. More news to follow soon regarding that. Kanechukwu Emeka has had a scan today. Initial fears of MCL injury. More news to follow soon. Yeah. More news to follow soon. And so let's keep Kanechukwu Emeka in our prayers, in our thoughts. In our prayers, in our thoughts. And wait a minute. Let me ask. Those who are handling Lukaku, is the player willing to play for Chelsea again, or he's not willing? We need to know that also from the player. Is he willing to play for Chelsea again? If he doesn't want to play for us, then fine. But if he's desirous, if he's willing to be part of the squad, then I would have wanted that the player should be reinstated into the squad. I would have wished that the player remain in the squad and partake in every activity of the squad. He can become that goal poacher, that number one goal scorer for us for this season. He can. The rated winger is thought to prefer Tottenham and recently signed a new deal at Crystal Palace. Yeah. I'm reading for you update on our source. Update from our source. Yes. Our players that we sold out, one was Mason Mount and another was Kai Havertz for Arsenal. Mason Mount to Manchester United and Kai Havertz to Arsenal. So far this season, what do you make of them? Do you, as a Chelsea fan, do you regret letting them go? As a Chelsea fan, do you regret letting them go? Kai Havertz, has he scored any goal for Arsenal so far in this? Has Kai Havertz scored any goal so far for Manchester, for Arsenal? The stats that I have here, the statistics I have here, Havertz for Arsenal, 2 games, 0 goals, 0 assists. And he was our striker then. 0 goals, 0 assists, Kai Havertz. When it comes to Mason Mount, it looks like sometimes he's always lost in the match. He's lost. Sometimes he as if he's lost within the team. He's lost sometimes in the game. Kai Havertz, as a striker, 0 goals, 0 assists so far. If you are an Arsenal fan right now, what will you be making of your signing? Is this 65 million pounds you bought him? What do you make of him right now? Tell me, Arsenal fan. Are you regretting it? And if you are Manchester United fan, how about Mason Mount? What do you make of his so far? What do you make of his display? Tell me. Well, one of our player, Noni Madweke on Instagram, he dropped a statement. He said, God, I thank you that I am healthy again. I know you have a plan for us, and I trust in it. Players are always on Instagram. That is why I told you, be careful what you post. Some can go deep down and affect their mentality. Some can affect them more, their thinking can affect them emotionally. So we need to be careful what we post about them. We need to be careful what we say about them. It's very important. All of a sudden, Raheem Sterling is now better than Madueke and Modric. They can't even lace his boots now. He's that good, and long may it continue. I said it before that Raheem Sterling should be given an opportunity. We were too harsh on Raheem Sterling throughout. Throughout the preseason, we were too harsh on him, some of us. We were looking at Raheem Sterling like a player from last season. And we forgot where Raheem Sterling was coming from. Raheem Sterling was coming from a squad full of leaders, a squad full of winners in Manchester City. And he made name there. Coming to join Chelsea for the first season. You don't expect, for me personally, I was even surprised that he signed for Chelsea. Because I was all like, this guy is full of sky blue. He's not a deep blue like we are. And coming into the squad of deep blue, I was like, how can this guy blend? Is it possible that this guy can just blend and hit the ground running? How is it going to be like for him to, I'm talking about heart and blood here. Heart. He's been in Manchester City. He won titles with Manchester City. Coming to Chelsea, I was never expecting him to start acting like taking over the games, giving it all 100%. Last season, Man City blood was still in him. Some regrets, especially when the team was not performing. When Chelsea team, the whole team in general was not performing, you don't expect him alone to carry the team along, because he will see himself like a stranger, like a newcomer. So when the people that he was looking up to were not giving their best, you should expect that the same thing will affect him. Now, when this season started, from pre-season, I could see a glimpse of what we know about Raheem Sterling in Manchester City. I could see it coming when the new coach took over. I could see a glimpse of what we know about Raheem Sterling previously in Manchester City under Pep. I could see it. And it was very evident in the game against Dortmund. And I made a statement. I remember I made a statement. I was watching that game with my son, and I made a statement that Raheem Sterling was Sterling indeed. And if you go to social media, it was as if I was the only person that made that statement again about Raheem Sterling. It got to a point where I was looking back whether I made a right statement or not, whether I was wrong by making that statement or not. But I felt strongly within me that the guy was trying to rediscover his form, to rediscover himself. Against Liverpool, he still showed signs of, himself. A glimpse of that against Liverpool. It was a tough game. Then, against West Ham, we now saw Raheem Sterling coming out of his shelves. Now, everybody is talking about Raheem Sterling. Now, everyone is talking about Raheem Sterling. It is good that we are now talking about him, because players like Raheem Sterling can carry this team to wherever. They can make difference in every match. Raheem Sterling can make a difference in every match. All of a sudden, Raheem Sterling is now better than Madueke and Modric. They can't even lace his boot now. He's that good, and long may it continue. The truth is, he's an experienced player. Raheem Sterling is an experienced player. And so we cannot compare some of these games. He might dip in form sometimes. He's an experienced player. Raheem Sterling. He is an experienced player. Let us not forget that. He is an experienced player, Raheem Sterling. We spoke so far. We have made 1 hour. We have spent 1 hour, and we are on for the next 1 hour. Nicholas Jackson, I spoke about the striking department already. But somebody just sent a comment and a message, and I want to read it. I said, many are sleeping on Jackson. He's working and adapting to the Premier League. He will soon start banging the goals. Keep the faith. That is true also. Nicholas Jackson is new in the league. Any problem? Are you okay? One of my technical men. Nicholas Jackson. Somebody said, many are sleeping on Jackson. He's working hard to the Premier League. He will soon start banging the goals. Keep faith. I agree with you. He's new in the league. And not many players comes into the Premier League and start hitting the ground running. It might take some of them time. We saw him during the friendlies we played at preseason. And don't forget, he had a partner that matched his movement in the form of Nkuku. Christoph Nkuku. Now that Nkuku is not there, it really giving him a little bit of problem. But I believe, just like you said, my brother, that he will soon start banging in the goals for Chelsea. I agree with you. I agree with you. Midfield, our new midfield maestro, Enzo Fernandez. What do you make of the young guy so far? And the penalty he missed out. Do you think that penalty he took, what do you make of it? My personal take, let me tell you something. Chelsea fans, right now as we speak, there is no better midfielder in the Premier League in his position that is better than Enzo Fernandez. No. Currently, you can compare him to Kevin De Bruyne. Now he's injured. He'll be out for a while. Kevin De Bruyne, at his peak, there was no one to compare to Kevin De Bruyne. Right now, Chelsea, we have a player in the form of Kevin De Bruyne. We have a player by name Enzo Fernandez. Yes. And we need to watch out for this guy. If you watch carefully from the Liverpool game or even this West Ham game, first half, his distribution, his passes, his run-ins, his distributions and his passes, it's second to none. Second to none. Enzo Fernandez. Right now, all that he needs is those partnership in that midfield in the form of Casado and Lavia. Those partnerships that he'll be working with. If he knows that a player like Casado is behind him, that even if he made a mistake, Casado is back there, he can just tend to and give the ball too quickly in terms of defensive work. He knows that Casado is right there to do some of the dirty jobs, and he can focus on attacking. He can focus on distributing the ball to the strikers, to the forwards. This guy can be a great asset to Chelsea now and in the future. Let's watch out for Enzo Fernandez. Let's watch out for Enzo Fernandez. Let's watch out for Enzo Fernandez. He can be a very great addition to this, an asset to this Chelsea squad. He can be a very great asset now and the future. We need to watch out for him. There is none in the league right now that can be compared to Enzo Fernandez. No. You can send me your comment and tell me which player in the Premier League you think is better than Enzo Fernandez now in the Premier League. Send me your comment and let me know. Which players or which player in which team do you think is better than Enzo Fernandez right now in the Premier League? Let me know from you. Let me know from you. Let me hear from you, Chelsea fans. And don't forget that currently we still have Nkuku on injury. Well, someone just sent me the statistics about Enzo Fernandez right now, about his display. He said Enzo Fernandez has 36 progressive passes through in 2 games. 36 progressive passes. 36 progressive, not back pass, progressive passes through. 36 in 2 games. That's against Liverpool and West Ham. 36 progressive passes through in 2 games. In 2 games. We have an asset indeed in Enzo Fernandez. Please share, like the video, send us your comment. It's very important. They all count. It counts in our YouTube. Help us to grow. Help us to grow. Help us to grow. Share the video, send us your comments, and help us to grow. on your notification button if you have not done so yet. Yeah. Somebody is saying that Chelsea still need to sell more players in order to recruit, in order to buy new ones. And he's saying that Chelsea are reluctant to sell Conor Gallagher and will dismiss any approach from Tottenham. Yeah, Conor should not be out to for Chelsea right now in this season we are. For what Conor Gallagher did in the game against West Ham, don't forget, until he was taken off, until I don't know why the coach took him off. It was one of the mistakes that the coach made by taking off Conor Gallagher from the game. When knowing fully well that Casado was not fully ready, Casado was not 100% ready for the game. You took away Conor Gallagher. Look, that was when everything became a mess. Conor should not be sold. Hashtag Conor Gallagher should not be sold. Hashtag Conor Gallagher should not be sold. Hashtag Conor Gallagher should not be sold. We need him, even if there is Casado, there is Romeo Lavia. We need him there. The player himself made his intentions very clear that he is willing to stay to fight for his position. He's willing to stay to fight for his position. So there's no need for Chelsea to sell him. We cannot sell all our assets out. These are great talents. We cannot sell him out. No, please. No, please. Chelsea needs to be very careful in the kind of players we are selling out. Just like we let go Lewis Hall to Newcastle, a very young, promising guy that we sold out to Newcastle. We don't need to be doing that. Our owners sometimes need to. My goodness. A golden opportunity missed there by Modric. I was just watching one of our video against West Ham. I was sent again another information regarding Enzo Fernandez. 36 passes. 36 passes. Progressive passes this season in the T5 European leagues. Could have had several assists already, but poor finishing is costing us again. That is about Enzo Fernandez. I'm reading to you comments from our Twitter handle. Comment from our Twitter handle. That's what I'm reading to you right now. Comment from our Twitter handle. As Chelsea fans, I want to hear from you. Send us your comments, what you think about all the things we spoke about so far. Everything that we spoke about so far, I want to hear from you. Everything we spoke about, I want to hear from you. There's another player also that pop up about Danny Olmo. Danny Olmo, which people are suggesting that Chelsea could go in for him also, instead of Ryan Cherki or Romelu Lukaku. Danny Olmo, to be honest, I don't know much about him. So I'll not go deep into that. I will not go deep into that. Mauricio Pochettino admits Chelsea are looking to add another striker to their squad this summer. Yes, our coach already admitted that we are looking to add more strikers to our striking department. That is true. To other news and other clubs, now that we have discussed Chelsea to this level, more than 1 hour, we want to move to other news right now. The next 40 minutes, we are moving to other news from other clubs. First is breaking news. Jeremy Doku has told Rennes he wants to join Manchester City FC, despite interest from West Ham. Jeremy Doku has indicated to his club, Rennes, this is a breaking news to you. Jeremy Doku has indicated to his club, Rennes, that he wants to join Manchester City despite interest from United. City had identified Doku as a potential, right, Riyad Mahrez replacement. Yeah. After all, which player, if you put down Manchester City and put down West Ham, unless a player that may be looking at his level and his advisors can advise him, you still need more time to grow. If you go to Manchester City, you might not have, first team play. You might not be the number one choice. Maybe you might be a backup. You might be on the bench, on a reserve, or on a substitute bench. So your advisors can advise you to choose West Ham, where you can have a regular playing time. If you're a young player, 18, 19, with not having that much experience, in Manchester City, you might end up being on the bench on a substitute bench every time. You might be coming in, so you could be advised to choose West Ham over Manchester City. And that is the advice or the thinking that is going to even a player like Mohamed Kudus. Why the agents, they were talking with West Ham. They believe that if Kudus is to come to Chelsea and Mohamed Nkuku recovered, Nkuku might take over the position and Kudus will go back to the bench. And Kudus is not ready to be a bench warmer. He's not ready to be a bench warmer. And those are the things that some managers, some agents, they look up. They'll discuss it with their clients. Are you ready to go to Man City and be on a bench? You will not have, full game. You might not be a starter. You might become in, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Or some games you might not even play at all. They will advise you. Some agents will advise you as their clients on that. Some agent, because of the money that is involved, they will let you go to that big club. And you go to that big club and you are not playing regularly, which will affect you. Which will affect you. Because your national team might not even call you because you are not playing regularly. Most national teams of play, they want a player that is playing regularly. A player that is playing regularly. Most national teams, they want a player that is playing regularly in their teams, in their squad. You understand it? So if you're not playing regularly, sometimes it might affect you in many ways. Now, breaking news that Jeremy Doku has told Rennes he wants to join Manchester City, despite interest from West. I'm saying he's not thinking of the fact that he might end up on a bench, because even Mahrez in those days, he doesn't play every single game. In Man City, he doesn't play every single game. There are some games that he's on the bench. But because the team Manchester City, with Pep Guardiola, they win a lot. Some players, they want to be there because they want to win cups. They want to win. And once, if you are under Pep Guardiola, you are guaranteed a cup. You are guaranteed to win something. You cannot be in Manchester City 3 years and you have not won any cup. No. You will surely be guaranteed of a cup. And so most players, once they hear the name Manchester City, oh yes, I want to go. I want to be there. Pep Guardiola, oh yes, I want to be there. But you are not thinking about you playing regular football. So Jeremy Doku told Rennes he wants to join Manchester City despite interest from West Ham. City had identified Doku as a potential replacement for Mahrez. That is the news from other teams. Like I told you, the next 40 minutes, we'll be looking at news from other teams. Liverpool will appeal the red card given to Alex McAllister during their Saturday 3-1 win over Bournemouth. Liverpool will appeal the red card given to Alexis McAllister during their 3-1 win over Bournemouth. Yeah, that appeal, I agree with them. They have the right, it's within their right to appeal. It's within their right to appeal. Calvin Phillips on loan to Crystal Palace and Chaik Dokore to Liverpool. Yes. That is from other news or other teams. I want to give you news from other teams right now in the next 40 minutes. Ten Hag didn't do himself any favors I can understand not giving Romero's one. I can understand the Wolves one. I don't get this one clearly. I'll come back to that. Let me get a full news for you. Breaking news. Fulham have pulled out of the contention to sign Callum Hudson-Odoi. Fulham has pulled out the race to sign Callum Hudson-Odoi from Chelsea. Callum Hudson was one of the prospects from our academy that we all thought by this time should be like a pivot in the Chelsea squad. But injuries could not permit the young guy, the young man that's growing up, to become what we expect him to be. He had several injuries whilst playing for Chelsea. Now he's deep in form. We want to sell him. He's one of the players that are on the list to be sold. Fulham was interested, but now we are being told that they pull out of contention to sign Callum Hudson-Odoi. That is not good for Chelsea. We want to let some of these players go as soon as possible. We want to let go some of these players as soon as possible. Exclusive. Al-Ahly submit formal bid of 32 million euros to Atletico Madrid for Rodrigo de Paul as talks are moving forward. Contract proposal also sent to players' camp. Negotiations on after talks revealed this morning. Yeah, the Saudis are still going. They are still coming up for the talent from Europe. The Saudis are still coming up for talent from Europe. 2 wins out of 2 for Arsenal. The perfect start. That is what we were talking about. Chelsea, so far, no win. 1 draw, 4 goals conceded. Arsenal, they are celebrating 2 wins from 2 matches. 2 wins from 2 matches, Arsenal. Chelsea, 1 draw, 1 loss. 4 goals conceded so far. This is what we are saying as Chelsea fans. Some other teams, they are already celebrating their 2 wins. Anyway, it's still the beginning of what? The league. And that is what some of us don't want to be saying, but we cannot help ourselves. We cannot help ourselves. It's just the truth. We can't help ourselves. Right now, as we speak, as we speak, I want you to continue to send a message through. Lukaku, bring back Lukaku. Bring back Lukaku. In that attacking area, we need goals. We need goals. Pochettino, there is no doubt he has enormous talent and quality, and it's only a matter of time before he settles into the team on a regular basis. For sure, there is no doubt in my mind that he will find a way to perform in the way that we expect at Chelsea, because he is a tremendous young player with a lot of talent. With a lot of talent. When he was still talking about Armando Broa, yeah, that is the statement that our coach, our gaffer, has said about that striking department is very important for us. We need a goal poacher. In our last game against West Ham, we lack it. We lack it. Assuming Lukaku was there, do you think Enzo Fernandez would have taken that penalty? No. Assuming Lukaku was there, Enzo would have taken that penalty. Lukaku would have stepped forward to take that penalty. Right now, we don't have who are our penalty takers? We don't even know. Who are our penalty takers? I'm sorry, my throat is getting dry. Who are our penalty takers? That is why bring back Lukaku. Hashtag bring back Lukaku into the squad if he is willing. We would like to hear from the camp of the player himself also. Is he willing to come back to the Chelsea fold? Is he willing to come back? Is he willing to come back? Honestly thinking, if Nkuku were fit, Chelsea would have 6 points from Liverpool and West Ham. That is possible. Yes, I also think the same way. But he's not fit, and that is why we need someone who can step in. We need someone with the same profile of Nkuku who can step in. We cannot continue to be where we are complaining about Nkuku, and we know the market is still open. We rather do something immediately. We rather do something immediately. Yeah, because Nkuku, as it stands right now, 4 months out. 4 months. That means between now and December or October or November. Is it November? Yeah, between now and November. And that 4 months, even that November, when he comes back, he need much fitness. He need much fitness. Arsenal make it 2 wins from two games, despite going down to 10 men. You see? That is from other news. And I'm still trying to give you other news. Georgi Petrovic. Chelsea made an offer as our number 1 goalkeeper. As our number 2, back up to Robert Sanchez. What do you make of that also? I want to hear from you, Chelsea fans. How reliable would that be? Are you convinced so far what you've seen about our goalkeeper, Robert Sanchez? Are you convinced about what you have seen so far? Don't you think it would have been better for us to keep Kepa? Kepa that we let go to Real Madrid. Amrabat for £25 million and Gravenberch on loan with an obligation to buy would be perfect. Okay. That is for Manchester United fans. They are interested in buying Amrabat and Gravenberch. Yeah. From Bayern Munich. From Bayern Munich. From Bayern Munich. Okay, this is for the news. A lot of things doesn't make sense for Liverpool fans. It's like we were in for Casado, willing to splash 110 million. We were willing to pay 50 million to 60 million for 19-year-old Lavia. We ended up with Endo, but that can't be the only solution. I thought that Endo was always going to be Milner's replacement. Someone to finish the game off and to be a great squad option. I really hope Klopp is not stubborn again to prove the world that he is smarter than the rest of the world. I mean, Endo is a likable guy. I will support him and believe he can have a big impact, but not that big to make us title contenders. In the last few years, we failed to address different positions, and that ended up costing us titles, points, and the last year UEFA Champions League football. This is a true Liverpool fan with this statement to me. Now we are really close to getting a perfect team. 1 defensive midfielder and 1 left back. We obviously have money, so we really shouldn't miss this opportunity to go back to the top. Yeah, we have money because if you're able to offer 110 million pounds for Casado, you couldn't get him, and you went in for 15 or 12 million pounds Endo. That means you still have a lot of cash there to splash. So you can go in for any player you want to go in for now. Is that even Klopp himself said that we are too offensive. We need to sort it out. And signing a central midfielder won't sort our problems. We have Zubo, Maka, Elliott, Thiago, Jones, Bejsitek can play there, and Gakpo can jump in there. That's more than enough of center midfield options. We need a defensive midfielder in the next 10 days if we want to be serious. That is from a Liverpool fan. From a Liverpool fan. Please share the video. Continue to share the video. And continue to comment on the video as well. Like the video as many as you want to. You can click on that like button and share the video and send us your comments. Thank you very much, my Melissa Martinez. Thank you very much for complimenting my hoodoo. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, Melissa. Yes. So right now, Liverpool fans are speaking. They are talking about their defense and they are advising their coach not to be too stubborn. Their coach not to be too stubborn. He should do the right thing. Yeah. Hey, my goodness. We are still on other news. And in about 20-25 minutes, we should be running up. We should be running up. Currently, Brighton are still top of the league with 6 points. They won their first two matches, followed by Manchester City. Why they are still top is because they score more goals than Manchester City. So far, they score 8 goals. Manchester City score 4. Yeah. Manchester City score 4. Okay. And they consider 2 goals. Manchester City also considered 2 goals. Okay. Then Brentford. Brentford is on 3rd position with 4 points. Followed by Liverpool, 4 points. Tottenham, 4 points. West Ham, 4 points. Newcastle, 3 points. Arsenal now have 6 points. So Arsenal now should be jumping to 3rd position. I prepared this last night before the Arsenal match. So Arsenal now winning 2 games should be jumping to the 3rd position. Yes, Arsenal should be at the 3rd position right now as we speak. So pardon my mistake there. Because they won their 2nd game. Yeah. But my problem I have is the position of Chelsea. We are on the 15th position. Play 2 games and we are having 1 point. We play 15 games and we are having 1 point. And we considered 4 goals. Watu. We considered 4 goals. It's not good for us. Chelsea, our next games, we need to start winning. Chelsea need to start winning in our next games. I understand the players we have on injury is part of the issue. Wesley Fofana, Christopher Nkuku, Manuel Badoshi, Reece James, Amando Broha, Trevor Chalobah, Kanechukwu Emeka. We have all these players on injury, I understand. But the players we also have in the squad right now should be able to win games. We should be able to start winning games. Please. Manchester City are advancing on Jeremy Doku. Deal as new verbal proposal close to 55 to 60 million package is being discussed with Rennes. Because the player is willing to go to Manchester City, like I said earlier on. There is competition, but City hope to reach an agreement with Rennes this week after green light on player's side since beginning of August. So the player has already said he wants Manchester City. Manchester United are chasing a deal to sign Benfica Greek goalkeeper Odysseas Vlachodimos. Yeah. Manchester United, they also want number 2 goalkeeper, and they are working on a deal to sign Benfica's goalkeeper, the Greek goalkeeper, Benfica goalkeeper, Odysseas Vlachodimos. That is their target to be their number 2 goalkeeper. Onana is there, but they want the number 2 goalkeeper. So they are working on this now. And this is what Marcel Desailly had to say about Kanechukwu Emeka. He says, I like Kanechukwu Emeka because he is like an artist who comes onto the stage. He has got the ball. Now is my moment. Shine. He's trying to say how he feels whenever Kanechukwu Emeka gets the ball. He said the guy is like an artist. Kanechukwu Emeka is like an artist. Whenever he gets the ball, he feels like an artist. He said, now is my moment. Let me shine. He displays or he gives or whenever he has the ball. He has got the ball. Now is my moment. Shine. You see the dribbling. He is sure about what he is going to do. And he is clinical. I love it. This is what the maestro, Marcel Desailly, has said about Kanechukwu Emeka. Unfortunately, he picked up an injury. We are hoping that he will recover soon, that it will not be that serious To not be that serious that he'll come back stronger. That he'll come back stronger. Yes. According to Fabrizio Romano, understand Barca and Man City are now discussing final details of João Cancelo's deal. Not sealed yet, but breakthrough expected soon. Cancelo patiently waiting as he agreed terms with Barca weeks ago and wants the move. Barcelona hope to get it done this coming week. So this player, João Cancelo, wants to go to Barcelona. He's not getting playing time in Man City any longer. So he wants to go to Barcelona, and Barcelona are working the deal out. The player is waiting patiently. He wants to move out. Manchester United are unhappy with Michael Oliver's refusal to engage with Bruno Fernandes during the defeat to Tottenham. Fernandes, as captain, is entitled to approach a referee, and when he queried a yellow card for Anthony in the 38th minute, he was swiftly booked. This incident, as a captain, Manchester believed that the captain has a right to approach a referee to ask a referee a question. But when he approached the referee, he was booked by Michael Oliver. He was booked. And Manchester United are not happy about it. And so they decided to engage the FA on that issue. They are not happy about it. They issue a statement on that. Inter Milan CEO Morata says, we won't announce Benjamin Pavard as new signing today, but we are in good position. We are doing our best to sign Pavard. We are ambitious. It's not an illusion. We feel we can make it happen. That is Inter CEO Morata. He said, we won't announce Benjamin Pavard as new signing today, but we are in good position. We are doing our best to sign Pavard. We are ambitious. It is not an illusion. We feel we can make it happen. If you are ambitious, then why do you refuse to buy Lukaku and free us from that wage bill? Anyway, as you guys don't want to take him, Chelsea, we are still considering whether we should reinstate him back into the squad. I'll be happy if Chelsea can reinstate Lukaku back into the squad. I'll be so much happy about that. Yeah, for sure. I'll be happy about that for sure, honestly. Ryan Gravenberch situations, same as 3 days ago, according to Fabrizio Romano. Ryan Gravenberch situation, same as 3 days ago. Man United and Liverpool both called to inform on situation. Depends on Bayern, now still insisting to keep him. One to watch until deadline day. Yeah. Ryan Gravenberch situation with Bayern Munich. Bayern are insisting they are not selling him. But because the player is not getting playing time, he's not happy. He wants to move out. He wants to go out. And he wants to move to the Premier League. Manchester United and Liverpool both called to, to find out about the player. They both called Bayern Munich. But Bayern Munich says the player is not for sale. And according to Fabrizio Romano, it's one deal that we have to watch until the end of the season or until the end of the deadline day, according to Fabrizio Romano. Yeah. Both Man United and Liverpool remain keen in case of last-minute changes. I read this already. Manchester City are advancing on Jeremy Doku. Yeah. Bayern Munich told clubs earlier in the transfer window that they don't want to sell Ryan Gravenberch. However, the players' desire for more game time has put Erik ten Hag and Jurgen Klopp on red alert. There have been contract offers for Ryan Gravenberch for both Manchester United and Liverpool. Bayern value him at around £22 million. But a loan deal is more likely at this stage. That will be better. If Bayern don't want to sell the player and the player is unhappy, or the player wants to have a good playing time with another team, a loan deal is more likely at this stage. Yeah. It is something we need to watch out for in the coming days. Chelsea fans, I still want to hear from you. Lukaku, should we reinstate Lukaku back into the squad? Should Chelsea reinstate Lukaku back into the squad? What do you think? My opinion is just my opinion. It is just my opinion. We have made 100 minutes so far. We still have about 20 minutes, only 20 minutes to go. I want to hear from you. Send us your comments. Chelsea fans, what do you make of it? Should we reinstate Lukaku back into the fold? Right now, we need a striker. We need a goal poacher. Not that Jackson is not doing well. Jackson will still, perform. He's new in the Premier League. Jackson will be doing great. But we need someone that can poach goals in certain games, certain matches. And since the market has turned up this way, we cannot get Victor Osimhen. We cannot get, how do you call it? We cannot get Haaland. We cannot get Victor Osimhen. We cannot get Haaland. And we cannot get Harry Kane. Why wouldn't we just reinstate back Lukaku into the fold, into the squad? For all you know, this season, he could be our savior. In some games that are tough, we could make use of him. He is there, taking wages every week, £315,000 every week. Every week. What do you think, Chelsea fans? What do you think, Chelsea fans? I want to hear from you, your thoughts. I want to hear from you, your thoughts. Chelsea fans. Yeah. It is very obvious that Chelsea need an attacking reinforcement, both in the number 10 role and in the striking role. It's very obvious. And our coach made it very clear that we need another striker. Our coach made it very clear that we need another striker. Well, we heard that Everton pulled out from the Hudson-Odoi signing, but Forest have joined the race now. Maybe because of Forest now, maybe that's why Everton pulled out. I'm not too sure. Everton pulled out from the deal, but it's possible because of Nottingham Forest, that's why they pull out. Yeah. Breaking news. Liverpool have formally appealed Alexis McAllister's red card. I think I read that out already to you. I want you to send me your comments, what you think so far. Manchester United fan has sent me a message. He said, on our attacking front, I want Rashford on the left, Hodgland through the middle, Sancho on the right. I need this. Okay. I hope your coach will get your information, your message clear. I hope that your coach will get this information very clear. Rashford on the left, Hodgland through the middle, and Sancho on the right. I need this. That is according to a Manchester United fan, Morgan. According to Manchester United fan, Morgan. We will soon be running up in about 15 minutes or so. We'll soon be running up. So I want to hear from you what you think. Well, somebody says that Bukayo Saka has played 82 consecutive Premier League games for Arsenal, matching Paul Merson's club record. Bukayo Saka has played 82 consecutive Premier League games for Arsenal, matching Paul Merson's club record. That's great. That is great. Mohamed Kudus to West Ham, according to Sky Sports. According to Sky Sports, West Ham are still working hard around the clock to secure Mohamed Kudus. West Ham, that defeated Chelsea, with all the attacking lineup, they still want. Anyway, Chelsea, we are watching. Chelsea, we are watching. Kudus to West Ham is still on, according to Sky Sports. Yeah. It's still on, according to Sky Sports. Chelsea, we are watching. Breaking news. Georgi Petrovic to Chelsea. Here we go. Agreement reached for £13.6 million. Chelsea fans, breaking news. Georgi Petrovic, the goalkeeper that I was talking about, to Chelsea. Here we go. Once you hear "here we go," it means agreement reached for £13.6 million. This is coming from Fabrizio Romano as our second choice goalkeeper. And like I said, our second choice goalkeeper should be able to become the first choice in case of any emergency. Our second choice should be able to compete with the first choice and bring a challenge to that department. And so now, here we go. Agreement has been reached for £13.6 million, according to Fabrizio Romano. And let's hope that nothing, let's hope that he'll be the best to bring competition to that department if indeed this agreement will go through. Yeah. Fabrizio Romano, the last Bexita have denied any agreement to sign Sergio Ramos. Deal won't happen as there is no chance due to the financial request, club announced. Bexitas have denied any agreement to sign Sergio Ramos. Deal won't happen as there is no chance due to financial request, club announced. Same for Anderson Talisca. Statement confirms. Ramos remains available for free agents as of now. This guy is old, retired. You still want to play. You still want to. Then you look for Saudi club and go and play with. Look for Saudi club. Sergio Ramos, you are already a legend. You are a legend. You need to retire in Saudi Arabia. Yeah. Retire in Saudi Arabia. Exclusive. The United States understands that report linking Rafa Varane to Saudi Arabia have no truth to them. The player is happy at Manchester United. That report kept coming in the past few days or the past weeks that Varane to Saudi. Now, Manchester United are denying that report, that the player is happy with Manchester United. No, Rafa Varane is not going anywhere to Saudi Arabia. He is still Manchester United player, and he will remain in Manchester United. on a funny side, somebody said Pochettino on fraud watch. His tactics under investigation. How comes you use back three now when we train with 4-2-3-1 whole preseason? It depends on the game. That is what makes him a tactician. How to twist and turn the tactics depending on the team we are playing with. But it's just on a lighter note. He said Pochettino on fraud watch. His tactics under investigation. How comes you use back three now when we train with 4-2-3-1 formation whole preseason? It's true. It's true. I also predicted 4-2-3-1 formation when we were about to start a match, before we start a match. But he came up with different formation altogether. So we need to watch him carefully. He's under fraud watch. That's what makes him a great tactician. That is what makes him a great tactician. Yeah. Well, I have hope in Pochettino. I have hope in him. His track record proves it. So I have so much hope in him that he can do the job with the young players, the talent at his disposal. We need time, but Chelsea is not a place where we give so much time. Yeah. Fabrizio Romano is confirming again, exclusive, that Georgi Petrovic to Chelsea, here we go. Verbal agreement in place with New England Revolution on 16 million deal euro, which is the 13 million verbal agreement in place with New England Revolution on 16 million euro. Medical test book on Wednesday. Medical book on Wednesday for the Serbian goalkeeper who is going to compete with Robert Sanchez. That would be great. That's great. That's great. So long as we have done our due diligence on the keeper before booking the medical, it means that it confirmed. Once they say medical book, it means it's already confirmed. It confirmed. Yeah. It's confirmed. Hey, my technical guys, are you guys okay? Technical people, are you guys okay? All right, all right, all right. How about Timothy? Are you also okay? That's great. We are about to run up very soon. About 15 minutes, we'll be running up. I know you guys are tired. Breaking news: Bayern Munich are no longer ruling out the departure of midfielder Ryan Gravenberch this summer, with 2 Premier League clubs interested, according to Sky Sport. That means that Bayern Munich are giving up on holding on to who? Their player, Ryan Gravenberch. They are giving up on holding on to him. We'll be coming up by 12 midday. We'll be updating our YouTube, our channel. We'll be updating. Any other news that we could not bring for you here right now, or most of the things we brought up here, we'll be loading them on our channel. So you can go back and watch the video if you missed out from the very beginning. Yes, by 12:01, or let's say by 2 p.m. here in Malaysia, will be 6 a.m. in Africa. It will be 6 a.m. in Africa and 2 a.m. in the US, United States of America. So even if you are in US, by the time you are waking up in the morning, you should be receiving our first upload, our first video. Yes. West Ham back in talks with Sevilla over a long-term striker target. Youssef N. Nasiri, player valued at around £35 million. Whoa. West Ham this season, they are really in the market. I don't know whether their plan is to compete for the title. I believe that could possibly be their target, but they don't want to say it. I know they are in Europe, but they don't want to say their target is the league. But the way they are in the market this season, it's frightening. And with looking at what they did to Chelsea, it's really, really frightening. Chelsea fans, we need to watch out. Before they come to players at home, we will have to learn to show them lesson. They gave us 3, watu 3. They gave us watu 3. Chelsea, we need to be fully prepared to give them watu 6. By the time they are coming for the rematch, yeah, we need to be ready. They are doing something great. West Ham, they are building a team that will compete for the top 4 this season. Yeah, Chelsea fans, I want to hear from you. Give me your comment, your opinion on Lukaku issue. Do you think we should reinstate Lukaku back into the squad? And the goalkeeper that we are about to sign, like we heard, here we go. Medical book on Wednesday. Petrovic as our number 2 goalkeeper. What do you think about our new signing, our goalkeeper we are about to sign? And like I said, in our midfield, we are set. Enzo Fernandez, there's no other player like him in that midfield setup right now. In the Premier League, there is no other player like Enzo Fernandez right now as we speak in the Premier League. But we still need an offensive midfielder in the role of number 10 that can score goals, that can play on the right from the right wing side, that can score goals, that can give assists like Lukaku. And what I am thinking of right now, or my suggestion is that we should take a look at Mohamed Kudus or Ryan Cherki. Let us not also forgetting the striking department. The Arsenal Folarin Balogun that we are thinking of is better we go in for Lukaku instead of splashing £50 million on a third choice striker from Arsenal. You can imagine we paying £50 million for a third choice striker from Arsenal who is on loan. And he's only doing well in the French League, Ligue 1, because he's in France. It's a Ligue 1 player. He's playing Ligue 1. He's doing well. How sure are we that if we bring him to the Premier League, he will do well? If he will do well in the Premier League, then he should have been doing well for Arsenal. Arsenal wouldn't have sent him on loan. Now we want to bring him back and do what? Pay £50 million for him. when we have Lukaku right there. We have Armando Broja that is recovering. I would prefer Lukaku, as long as Lukaku remains Chelsea player, he's on wages. Let's go back and talk to him. If he's willing and desiring to deliver, let's reinstate him back into the squad. He is better than that Balogun, Selorm Balogun. For me, it is not worth it. We splashing the cash on him. When we have Lukaku, the 50 million pounds, we want to sell Lukaku 50 million pounds to even 40 million to Juventus. They refuse to buy it. 40 million to Inter Milan, they refuse to buy. Then we want to spend 50 million to buy Balogun, who is on loan in France. Arsenal's third choice striker, no. Chelsea fans, let's say no to the waste of money. It's better we use that money and get a player like Ryan Cherki or Mohamed Kudus in that number 10 row. Put them on a good wages. So that even if they are on the bench, if Nkunku comes back and they are on the bench, they will not complain. Once they are on a good salary, they will be motivated. Chelsea hijacked that West Ham deal. Todd Boehly and Egbali, I salute you guys. You guys are doing a great job. Finish the business for us. Finish the deal for us by bringing either Ryan Cherki or Mohamed Kudus. My choice is Mohamed Kudus. Get him to hijack that deal and bring Mohamed Kudus to Chelsea. We need him in that number 10 row as a backup option for Nkunku. Or he could even become the first choice option. Yeah, because Enzo Fernandez need players like that around him. Enzo need players like that, like Mohamed Kudus, to work with in that attacking role. So long as we have Casado at the defensive midfield and we have Lavia as a backup there. If we can get Mohamed Kudus, my goodness. Like many will say, assuming Nkunku was in this squad against Liverpool, Chelsea would have won that match. Assuming Nkunku was in the match against West Ham, Chelsea would have won that match as well. So please, let us not delay any longer. We can hijack that deal from West Ham. Todd Boehly, please, go ahead and do the needful. Chelsea fans, we are waiting. We cannot continue to wait. The next match against Luton on Friday, I know Luton will come out. Now, every team will have the belief that they can win against Chelsea. Everything. With what West Ham has done, even when they were down by 10 men, they could still beat Chelsea 3-1. Every team now will have the belief that they can fight and win a game or get a point against Chelsea. And if we make a mistake by losing that match against Luton, even a draw will not go well with us. A draw against Luton on Friday will not help us. Chelsea need to come out, and so we need to sign a player now this week to motivate. We need to bring back, before the season started, all Chelsea fans, we had hope. We were very happy and excited. But the match against West Ham made some of us, most of the fans, we are still not recovered yet fully. We have still not recovered yet fully. So please, let's do the needful and get a player that can play that number 10 role, that can deliver assist. A player that can deliver assist. We need a player that can deliver assist. That is why we wanted to go in for Michael Olise, but it couldn't come on from Michael Olise. Since then, we've not heard anything about any other player as coming on. Chelsea, we need to act now. We cannot wait any longer. The coach already made it very clear that we need a striker. Yes, let's get Lukaku back on the team sheet, on the squad, and let's see what he can do best. Chelsea fans, I want you to tag someone and let that person tag another person. Bring back Lukaku. We cannot pay 50 million pounds for Balogun from Arsenal. Arsenal's third choice is Balogun. Selorm Balogun is Arsenal's third choice. And Chelsea, we cannot go for their third choice for 50 million pounds when we have Lukaku there. Let's find a way of reintegrating Lukaku back into the squad. Let's find a way of reintegrating Lukaku back into the squad. It's better. Lukaku is already on a huge salary, 315 million pounds every week. Chelsea fans, we need to welcome back Lukaku into the squad. If the player himself is willing, please share the video, like the video, put on the notification button, and Please remember to on that notification button. It's very important. Let me hear from you. Send me your comments. I'm very passionate today. I'm very, very passionate about what I'm saying. Whatever you are watching me from, let me know. Let me hear from you. Send me your comment. Like the video. Click on that like button. Share the video. And make sure that our voice is being heard. Bring back Lukaku. Tag someone. Bring back Lukaku. Instead of going for Florian Balogun from Arsenal, their third choice for 50 million pounds. No. We need to stop the waste. No. We cannot go for that. Rather, we need an attacking midfielder right now that can play the role of Nkuku perfectly. We need a player that can give assists as well as can score goals. And that is why I'm suggesting that we need to increase our efforts. We need to double our effort on Ryan Cherki or Mohamed Kudus. We can still hijack that deal with West Ham. We can still get Mohamed Kudus from West Ham, from Ajax. All that Ajax needs is money. Nkuku is not coming now. Nkuku is going to take 4 months. That's going to be November, December. And so we need to negotiate with Ajax now about Mohamed Kudus. Mohamed Kudus right now, what he needs is an assurance of playing time. He doesn't want to go to a team where he will be on the bench all the time. He wants an assurance of playing time. And so if he knows that he's coming in and for the next 5 months, 6 months, you're going to be the number one because Nkuku is not around. He's going to be playing between now and December. Even when Nkuku comes back, he now needs match fitness. And that match fitness, that means that by the time Nkuku come back, it's possible Mohamed Kudus could become number one on that role. And remember, Mohamed Kudus can play in several positions. The right wing, the left wing, and through the middle. So he will have opportunity to play as many games that he wants. Bring back Lukaku. And let's fight to win the battle against West Ham in securing Mohamed Kudus. Either Mohamed Kudus or Ryan Cherki. We need them in that attacking role. It's very important. The league so far, Chelsea is on 15th, on the league table. We cannot afford to lose the next game against Luton on Friday. Even a draw will be a bad news. A draw will be a bad news. But remember, every team now have the hope that they can fight and win a point against Chelsea. Because we drew against Liverpool and we lost against West Ham. Not just by 1 goal margin, but 3 goals. And we score only 1 in 2 games. We lost by, we scored only twice in 2 games. And we conceded 4. It means there's something wrong. Now, every team that is coming against Chelsea will have confidence that they can get a point. They can win the game against Chelsea. We need to dispel that notion in our next game. Chelsea need to come out strongly on Friday night football, Friday against Luton. We need to come out strongly and dispel that notion on the pitch of play, not just by saying it. It's not just by saying it. We need to come out boldly and dispel that notion, not just by saying it. Send us your comments, send us your notification. Let me hear from you. What do you think? Bring back Lukaku. Sign Ryan Cherki or Mohamed Kudus. In that position, we need a player that can provide an assist, that can give an assist and that can score goals. Mohamed Kudus can play on the left side, on the left wing. He can play on the right wing. He's a multi-player, can equally play through the middle. That number 10 role is very important. He can score goals. He can play, he can dribble. And so he's a player that can play in different positions. That is the kind of player we need right now. That will be giving assists. It looks like when we watch the game against West Ham, Jackson was isolated. Go back and watch that match carefully. Jackson was isolated throughout the game. Because Nkuku, that was providing the support for him during our preseason, Nkuku is injured. And we cannot continue to rely and wait for Nkuku 5 months to come or 4 months to come. The league has already started. Teams are already gathering points. Arsenal is celebrating now that they have 6 points in 2 games. Manchester City is celebrating that they have 6 points in 2 games. Brentford, they are celebrating they have 6 points in 2 games. Even Liverpool now have 4 points in 2 games. Liverpool that we play our first game against, they have 4 points in 2 games. Chelsea cannot lose the next game. Not even a draw will serve us right. No, send me your comments, please. I want to hear from you. Like the video and share the video. Very soon, I'll be running up. But in as much as you are with me, I'm still here with you. Breaking, Liverpool have formally appealed. Okay, Alexis McAllister record. I brought that to you already. I'm trying to give you breaking news every moment. So anytime I see breaking, anytime I see the red light, breaking news, I want to bring it to you. Yes, that is why we are here. Exclusive, Mikel Arteta today requested a meeting with Nico Pepe and his team to discuss his long-term future. In a complete U-turn, the club are discussing the possibility of Pepe returning as backup for Bukayo Saka, as long as he can show commitment to the club. Yeah. My friends, I appreciate your company today. I'm very much grateful that you're able to make it with me tonight, wherever you are. I'm very, very much grateful. I want to hear from you as you share the video, as you send your likes. Like the video, click on that like button. And let me hear from you about all that we have discussed so far today. It's very, very important. It's very, very important. Let me hear from you. Please, if you have not yet subscribed and you are watching this video, subscribe, click on that subscription button and on your notification button as well. We need you to support us. We are still new in this channel. We are still new in this business. We need all of your support. We need all of your support. Yes, in order for the channel to grow, we need all of your support. Please. And we are discussing tonight, the most important news for us we are discussing is Lukaku. Should Lukaku be reinstated back into the squad? My answer is yes. Yours might be no. Tell me yes or no in the comment section. Now that we need a striker, like our coach has admitted, we need a striker. We need a striker. Even though Jackson will be doing well, he's still new in the league. Jackson will still be doing well. He's new in the league. We believe in him, but we need someone for certain games, like it was evident in the game against West Ham. Armando Broja is still recovering from injury. Armando Broja is still recovering from injury. But how sure are we that he can come in and deliver? Folarin Balogun from Arsenal, right now as we speak, he's been valued at £50 million, but he is a third choice striker. Third choice striker for Arsenal, behind Edin Ketia. Will Chelsea go in for a third choice goalkeeper for £50 million? We tried to sell Lukaku for £40 million, £45 million. Nobody is buying him. Inter Milan refused to pay it. Juventus refused to pay that amount. And personally, I believe that Lukaku is far better off and experienced in the Premier League than Folarin Balogun from Arsenal. So why do we spend that amount of money to buy that striker when we have Lukaku there? What is it that our coach is trying to do that he thinks Lukaku cannot fit in? Is it the style of play? I believe where things have gotten to right now with Lukaku issue, let's give him another chance as Chelsea fans. Sometimes the fear of the coach or the fear of the technical department or the owners will be the fans, the reaction of the fans. But if the fans can show that we still want Lukaku back in because of what is happening right now in the market, we want Lukaku back, I believe the coach will find a way of reinstating him back into the squad. At least he was part of us before, and he can still be part of the family. Families can have issues, but that issue can be resolved or sorted out. I still want us to go back for Lukaku instead of Folarin Balogun from Arsenal. Third choice from Arsenal, no. And for the price tag that is coming with £50 million, no. He might be doing well in France, but that does not mean that he will do well in the league, in the Premier League. If he was doing well in the Premier League, Chelsea wouldn't have, Arsenal wouldn't have sent him on loan. He wouldn't be their third choice. If he was doing very well, he wouldn't be their third choice. So please, let us not be going for people's third choice. Even in our goalkeeping department, remember, Sanchez wasn't the first choice of Brighton. Sanchez wasn't their first choice, but we went in for him. And that brings back the question, are we comfortable with Sanchez in goalpost? Personally, I am not. And now we are going for our second choice, our second goalkeeper, Petrovic from US MLS. US MLS. How can we trust that goalkeeper? How trustworthy is he to be our second choice? Remember, the second choice is as equally important as the first choice. Because in case of any injury or emergency, he is to step in. I'm not comfortable with that. Tell me your opinion. Let me hear from you. Chelsea fans around the globe, wherever you are watching from, let me hear from you. Wherever you are watching from, let me hear from you. Very soon we'll be running up. Very soon we'll be running up. I want to hear from you. Send me your comments. Click on that like button. Share the video. On your notification button if you have already subscribed. Otherwise, please subscribe. Please subscribe. Yes. Please subscribe to the channel. I want to hear from you. Send me your comments. We are told George Petrovic, the new goalkeeper, will sign a 7-year contract until June 2030 at Chelsea with an option of a further 1 year. An option of a further 1 year. That is going to be 8 years. We are giving players now long-term deals, long-term contracts for them to have a security. It's like giving them security. And it also works against FFP. It's part of the reason why so far there's not been any charge against Chelsea for financial fair play, because when you spread the amount of money we are spending on the players for the longer period, for instance, we are spending about 13 million pounds on this guy. 13 divided by 7 or 8. 13 divided by 7 is what? So you can see it's almost like £1 million per year. £1 million per year. Or £1 million per 2 years, yeah. £1 million per 2 years. That is the reason why financial fair play, our owners, they know exactly what they are doing. But as it stands right now, can we trust both goalkeepers? Can we trust both goalkeepers as number one? I am not too sure on that. I would prefer Kepa. I would prefer Kepa has stayed. Because now Kepa is now number one in Real Madrid. But it depends on the style of play of every coach, what he wants in the goalkeeper. Goalkeepers can save us 15 points to 18 points in a season. A very good goalkeeper. I remember Courtois, when Courtois was our number one, he saved us 15 points to 18 points in a season. He was as good, that is why Real Madrid came for him at that time. He was very, very good. He saved us a lot of points. Courtois now is injured in Real Madrid. And the same Real Madrid again, they came for Kepa. What we don't want, Real Madrid, they are seeing him as the better option. They didn't go to MLS in the US to take their goalkeeper. So you can imagine if Courtois recovered right now, Real Madrid will be having two strong, safe hands. Chelsea. Well, it depends on what the keeper, our coach wants. If our defense are very good and very solid, we will not have much to fear about on goalkeeping area. What do you think about what you saw so far about Sanchez in first 2 games? Let me hear from you as a Chelsea fan. Let me hear from you as a Chelsea fan. It's very important. Let me hear from you as a Chelsea fan. It's very important. Some people are signaling me to sign out, but I'm determined to continue because I can see extra 2 people coming back online. And so I need them to enjoy that is why. So let me recap our top stories, what we discussed so far today. Let me recap some of the things we discussed. People are signaling me that Daddy, our time is up. But I'm determined. I'm determined because it's very important that we do the needful. My goodness. I'm sorry, forgive me. Some of these, my technical guys, sometimes they can be very interesting and funny. Yes. Let me recap of our top stories today. Breaking news. Mason Greenwood will no longer be playing for Manchester United. United and Greenwood have mutually agreed that his future will be away from Manchester United following the conclusion of the club's internal investigation. Following the conclusion of the club's internal investigation, Mason Greenwood will have to move on from there. Our coach, Chelsea coach, Pochettino, when he became a manager, it is expected that, we all know that he inherited a lot of setbacks, a lot of challenges. He inherited a team that finished on the 12th position. We all know that. He inherited a team that finished on the 12th position. A team full of experienced players, full of leaders, yet they ended the season on the 12th position. This new squad that we are building up is a squad full of inexperienced players, a squad full of new signings that are inexperienced. Average age is around 22, 23 in the squad. Previous managers have inherited squads with winners and leaders. Poch doesn't have that luxury. We need to be a little patient with the build-up. But that does not mean that we will not start winning games or will not start playing football. Let our game even show that we are desirous. Chelsea, we are not in a position to be conceding goals anyhow or to be losing games anyhow. I swear, our next game against Luton, we cannot afford to lose that game. Not even a draw. Not even a draw. I want us to remember that. And our coach must hear that. Our coach must hear that. Robert Sanchez on Instagram made a statement. He said, frustrating afternoon, all about sticking together and focusing on Friday. He admitted, he is our goalkeeper. He said it was a very frustrating afternoon for them on Sunday. But now they need to shift their focus on the upcoming game on Friday. He is our number one goalkeeper. How comfortable are we? What do you make of his display so far in the first two games of the league? Do you feel okay? Do you feel safe? Are we safe in his hands? Do you notice any errors in his display in the first two games? The goals we considered so far, which ones can you point out that these ones are his fault? He could have done better here or there. Actually, in one of the games, I saw him jump and save a corner. I think it was against Liverpool. He jumped and got a ball in the air. He jumped and got a ball, saved the ball from the air. It was a long time I saw a Chelsea goalkeeper display such in a Premier League match. But are we very comfortable with what we've seen so far? Now, the goalkeeper we are signing is from MLS as his backup. Petrovic. How comfortable are we? How do we have to go in for a goalkeeper from the MLS? Well, our coach knows what he wants. He knows the kind of players that he wants. We let go of Courtois to Real Madrid. I believe we could have done better by convincing him to stay, that he's still the number one. But we brought in Sanchez. It depends on what we want. Let's hope that Sanchez and Petrovic, like we heard, there's a verbal agreement in place, medical book for Wednesday. That's for Wednesday. Let's hope that will give the best for this current Chelsea squad. Georgi Petrovic is set to sign a 7-year deal +1 with Chelsea. Medical reportedly booked for Wednesday. And for the striking position, Arsenal striker Selorm Balogun has agreed personal terms with Chelsea. I am angry with this. I don't want to believe this. I don't want to believe that this player has agreed personal terms with Chelsea. I don't want to believe it. I'll be very angry. And many Chelsea fans will be angry with this. Third choice Arsenal striker behind Eddie Nketiah. No. Third choice goalkeeper. And you know the amount that is involved? 50 million pounds. No. Please, hashtag no to Folarin Balogun to Chelsea. Folarin Balogun to Chelsea. No. Hashtag someone. Share the video. It's better we reinstate Lukaku into this squad. He's a good goal poacher. It's better. Bring back Lukaku. I want to get those comments. Bring back Lukaku. Yes. Say no to Folarin Balogun coming to Chelsea and say yes to bring back Lukaku. Let that be our word. Whilst we wait patiently for Armando Broja to come to full fitness. Yes. Very soon he'll be back to the under-21s training. Bring back Lukaku. Let that be our hashtag. Share the video. Let it go viral. Chelsea fans, let it go viral. Bring back Lukaku. That is what we should be doing. It's better than spending 50, 60 million on the third choice from Arsenal. No. All right, people. In 10 minutes, I'll be letting you go. Just stay tuned. I want to give you some few updates on what is happening around the world. I'll be giving you a few updates on what is happening around the world. And then I'll let you go finally. In 10 minutes. Yes. Or 8 minutes instead. Chelsea have been looking to sign in another attacking player, but not a tried and tested number 9 as such. Why? We need an attacking player, tried and tested, that can deliver. That is what we need right now. And that is why I'm going for Lukaku. That is why I want to go in for Lukaku. New England Revolution, Georgi Petrovic, medical has been booked for Wednesday, according to Fabrizio Romano. Well, we wait to see. As I'm wrapping up, Amrabat is a priority signing for United. But it's not close with United not selling players. Keep an eye on Atletico for Amrabat as well. Amrabat is a priority signing for United, but it's not close with United not selling players. That means that Manchester United need to sell before they can purchase now. They need to sell before they can purchase Amrabat. He's a priority signing for them, according to Fabrizio Romano. But they need to sell before they can do what? Buy Amrabat. That is it. They need to sell. They need to sell before they can sell. Do you know that even though Casado came into the match, within 20 minutes, 25 minutes he played, even though he made that error by conceding that penalty, if you look at his passes, I don't have the stats here, but I think I saw the statistics somewhere. His delivery was perfect. His delivery was perfect. His delivery was perfect. We need to give Casado a little more time to recover from the amount, the pressure of the amount that was spent on him. That is my last word to run up. Casado he came into the match unprepared on Sunday. I believe by coming Friday, he would have recovered from the shock of everything that took place. He'll be fully prepared for 90-minute football and dominate the midfield and partner with Enzo Fernandez. Coming Friday, Listen to me, coming Friday, it's a match to win for Chelsea. Wherever you are, I want to appreciate you for your time spent together with me. I appreciate you. Share the video, like it, and on your notification button. I'll be coming your way again in the next 3-4 hours with an update on latest breaking news. Shalom and peace with you.